part of the labor movement, is when workers have the courage to fight back when everybody else is saying, you know, don't move anything. You know, we're in a tough economy, things are bad. And the best part of the labor movement is when we fight back. Because what's the point of having a union if you don't fight back in these times of trouble and difficulty, when so many millions of workers are out of work, and when the jobs they're trying to create are poverty level jobs, trying to take away pensions, trying to take away health insurance. So this is the best of the labor movement, and today is a special occasion because, as you see right now, President Richard Trumka from the AFL-CIO, new president, is here with us. And so we're here, one reason is because the hotel workers are engaged in a struggle for a new contract. So thousands of hotel workers in both LA and Orange County are, you know, fighting back to make sure that employers don't take advantage of the economy in order to get a deal that's unfair.
Right, because that's what they're claiming. Oh, there's no money, the economy's bad.
Yeah, and the hotels are making money. We know they're making money. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that it shows the strength of the labor movement, because today we have workers from other industries who are joining the hotel workers. You have the iron workers, you have the Screen Actors Guild, you have the American Federation of Radio and Television Artists, you have the steel workers, you have the car wash workers.
I didn't even know the car wash workers were covered by a union.
Well, they're not yet. That's what's so courageous about it.
Oh, I see.
Car wash workers are, for the first time anywhere in the country, are organizing to form a union for the very first time.
Wow, that's exciting.
And that's because many car wash workers don't even get a wage. They work all day, 10 to 12 hours for tips only. And so they've got to expose that and change that.
Minimum wage laws don't even reach them.
Don't even reach them. And they're in our midst. They wash our cars every single day.
I have no idea.
So there are a lot of workers, firefighters are here, LA City firefighters are here. So the best of the labor movement comes together.
There's a sense that we're all in this together.
An
injury to one is an injury to all.
And it doesn't matter if you're already in the middle class or if you're low wage and you want to break into the middle class. This is a show of us sticking together.
And how is the current climate now? We have a new administration, and yet we're not seeing card check. Where are we?
Well, we have a new administration that is far, far more open to the issues that working people need. And we have to have workers' rights to organize as part of the economic recovery. Because the only way that there's a more fair share of productivity and profits is when there's a union and when workers can collectively bargain with their employers. The workers don't collectively bargain with the employers set the tone, the employers establish the rules, and you take it or you leave it. So we believe that without collective bargaining, there will never be any kind of a sharing of the wealth. And we don't mean all of it. We're not talking about
share the wealth. What is this?
Okay, we're not talking about everybody making the same salary. We're talking about sharing the way it had been in the 50s and the 60s and partially in the 70s. When productivity was up, workers always shared in that productivity. So, you know, even though we have a new administration that's far more open than the previous, you know, Bush administration that was so anti-union, we still need to have a movement that holds them accountable, pushes, you know, and says, when you get elected, don't forget us. Don't forget the promises you made.
But speaking of that, specifically with the healthcare legislation, there's a lot of talk now about how, well, maybe the excise tax on the Cadillac plans is how this is going to be paid for, and the labor unions did a lot to elect Obama, and there's a feeling that, gosh, if that's how it is, he's turning his back on us. What's your feeling on that?
Well, I wouldn't even put it all on just Obama, just on President Obama.
Right, well, of course, this came out of the Senate, of course.
Right. Democrats, you know, Democratic leadership has to be pushed back and say that workers have already made enough of a sacrifice. Workers have already suffered too much. And because some workers have decent medical coverage, now they're going to be taxed for it, which means what? Their benefits, either they're going to have to lower the benefits and have a worse plan than before so that they don't get taxed. That's not the point of healthcare reform.
I'm with you. Now, is there a sense in situations like that, well, the Democratic leadership could say, well, where are the unions going to go? There's nowhere else. So they're kind of stuck with us. I mean, if we make a demand and they don't follow through on it, if we don't do anything as a result of that, are we not captive to what the leadership wants to do? They can turn us any way they want.
So it'll be up to us to do something about it. And one is, it's up to us to make sure that there's mobilization in many different ways to make our voices heard now before the final vote is taken. And second, for those that don't respect what workers need in this country, then there'll have to be consequences. I mean, there just will be. And if we don't show that there are consequences to their actions, then shame on us, then they will continue to do whatever they want.
Does that mean withholding our support financially? Does that mean mounting primary challenges? What does that mean to you?
It means we will target in certain places, because we're not going to throw everybody out at once. That's not a practical program. But we will identify certain electeds and say, you don't deserve to be in office anymore. So there are a number of ways in which we can show that there are consequences, mostly because we're not talking about just union members. We're talking about all workers. Because it's not union members who are impacted by bad decisions in Congress. It's all workers. And that's why today, actors and firefighters and steel workers are all joining with hotel workers, because we're all in this together, and we've all been impacted. We've all seen our incomes go down. We've all seen the impact of not having health insurance and fighting back. So, and it's not even just the employers who are responsible. We have to hold the insurance industry responsible as well.
Estamos felices de estar con los trabajadores de los hoteles. Let me tell you, the labor movement is here to back up the hotel workers.
Now I have a message from the 11.5 million members of the AFL-CIO unions all across this country. We're with you in your struggle, and we will stand with you and fight with you until we bring the Hyatt Plaza, the Hyatt Century Plaza, Regency, and all of the Hyatt and hotels in every hotel in Los Angeles to justice. You see, the fight starts on behalf of the 700 Hyatt workers who will lead the way to better contracts for 5,000 hotel workers in this city. You will set the standard.
We're going to walk in a line in front of the Hyatt Century Plaza in Century City. The feelings are strong, the emotions are running high. Get out there, get active, and flex your political muscle. Ahora, justicia!